anything you want to say? No.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Haida, can you talk to me, please?
Sure, let's go over here.
Of course, we know you, but would you just say and spell your name?
Robert Haida, St. Clair County States Attorney.
Okay. What do you think of what the jurors had to say?
Well, obviously extremely disappointed at the outcome of the case. This is a case that we've struggled with and worked with for 5 years now, obviously our hearts go out to the victims, the survivors who've had to deal with this, and we're looking for this case for some measure of justice and closure, and it's the trial process brings the evidence to light and brings some of that closure, at least the folks who attended the trial. But there's extremely disappointed, but certainly this is why we have jury trials, and this is what happens. It was a circumstantial case depending on the scientific evidence, and obviously by the jury's verdict they did not believe that the burden of proof was met.
Okay. Will the investigation continue? Maybe will you look at someone else?
Well, there was never a belief that Darrell Lane acted by himself, and there are many other suspects that will not change. As it came out in the trial, 2 of the suspects are now deceased, and so unfortunately, in some cases, we may never have the ability to bring everybody to justice. We followed the evidence. Our actions, law enforcement's actions, are dictated by the evidence, and that's what we did. That's what we did here. We believed in our case, and this is what the criminal justice system is all about.
Mr. Haida, do you think we could possibly see charges in the future, though? I know you said some of the suspects are deceased, but
I don't want to speculate. Everything depends on the evidence. Obviously, up to this point, there hasn't been sufficient evidence to bring charges against anyone else, and not ready to announce at this point that there is enough evidence to charge anyone else. At this time, but obviously the case remains open. For no other reason, by virtue of the fact that we know that we never did believe that Darrell Lane acted alone, and so we always thought that there was at least one or more other actors involved, and so to that extent, it remains open for future developments.
What happens to him now? Does he get to go home?
It's not clear to me. I don't know.
Okay.
That's unclear to me.
Right.
Yes. Certainly the case as it relates to St. Clair County, Illinois, is over.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Sir.
Thank you.
So, Mr. Haida, forgive me for my ignorance, but there's no way you guys can appeal this decision or anything?
No, the system does not allow that. No, the prosecution